Shalom, 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 shalom. This is Ben Israel checking in again for another time. I didn't get to check in yesterday, but here we have a praise. Hallelujah. Praise the Most High for this day. Hallelujah. I wanted to check in quickly. I mean, not gonna take up too much of the time, but I was reflecting on the independence, or so-called it is, of Jamaican independence. And they call it 60 year of independence. Now the title read Jamaica independence, true or false? And are the people independent? And as the leaders over the decades create or have they caused the people to be independent in a country? So I want to give a quick commentary on this because when we look at what Jamaica is, it's an island located here in the Caribbean Sea, according to geography, that was colonized by the Spanish, and then the British fought and won rulership over a country. And since then, the country has been under monarch British rule, even up to today. Jamaica is still having allegiance to the Queen of England, the colonial master, the colonial power. So is it a country that is independent, running their own show, doing their own thing, having their own freedom of expression and freedom of leadership? I beg to differ, because when you look at all that is going on, where the monarch is still the head of state of Jamaica, and a lot of other Caribbean countries as well, because I heard a report a while back how the monarch is so wealthy because they own so much countries. There's an artist that says, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. But the physical slavery, along with the mental slavery, is still in existence today as we see it here in the islands of Jamaica. And as much as the leaders want to come out with a facade and a false sense of reality, showcasing spending their collected tax dollars on showcasing a false liberation and a false reality of independent or of an independent state, when if a certain country wink in their eyes, this country fall. A country cannot say they are independent when they do not have their own mandate. A country cannot say they are independent when they cannot create their own set of rules. How can a country be independent without the Most High leading them? How can a people? And when you look at the island of Jamaica, there is a very high percentage of the inhabitants or the settlers in this land are the descendants of Jacob, Israel. And they know it not. Most of them don't know it. But they come to this land through subjugation, through force, through slavery, with whips and guns upon the backs of our fathers and our mothers. And then they are saying an independent Jamaica. When in the true sense, we are not even Jamaicans. We, Israel has known to always adopting and creating and adding to people and to things and calling themselves by what people desire to call them. And don't know, even know who their father is. Oh, my people don't know who they are or who their father is, who they are forgotten. I just start to bring out this quick highlight of an independent Jamaica. For countries not under the Most High, because when I look at all the abomination and all the crimes and all the different systematic racism and yes, it happens here, even though it's a country dominated by Negroes, they stereotype and they hate each other. Sometimes it's easier to be even around the other nation because at least you know what to expect from them. But when you're around people that you might think is your own, you tend to sometimes want to leave your back unguarded. And then you feel that knife pierce you from behind. We have been subjugated in this land for over 400 years of perpetual slavery, mental and physical. And now we are saying we are liberated, and they are saying, hey, we are an independent Jamaica. But I urge the leaders of this country to look to the Father for leadership and for guidance, and not a false reality of saying we are independent when you have to bow to the monarch. Long live the monarch, long live the queen. When you open certain government building, parliamentarians still wearing wig on their head, representing the old colonial masters. And then you say independence. I don't know if they know what it means to be independent. I don't know if they understand the meaning of independence. It's a false sense of reality. It is a false sense of reality. I won't keep you any much longer than this, but just that, for us here in the West, in North America, in the Caribbean, and where our fathers were scattered and taken into slavery, we come to attach ourselves to the land that we were enslaved and the oppressors still rule over us. And to have that false sense that we think this is our land when it is not. And this is not our father's land. This is land where we were taken. And if we just open our eyes and understand that we did not, and our father did not buy any ticket or book any flight or on the ship or anything to pay their way to come into this new land, they were taken by force and they were subjugated and they were maimed and our mothers and our fathers were raped and we were brought to these lands under bondage, the biggest genocide ever to committed upon a people that was committed upon us. But yet still we sit back and we accept this land as if it's our own, and not turning to the Father with a wailing and a weeping with ashes upon our head and sackcloth. Let Yah be praised for this day while we sojourn in this land. while we continue to afflict our being and to try to live set apart in this land of our sojourning, and for all the awakening people out there of Israel, we say, Shalom, Shalom, Baruch, Abba, Yahweh. Let the peace of the Most High be with all those in the remnant who are being awakened in the land where they were taken captive. Shalom. This is Ben Israel. Check it out.